Well, Ricky Carmichael holds a 20-point advantage on David Villeman. Villeman is back up to full speed. Here's Davey Coombs.
Well, Ricky Carmichael may be on a roll right now. Don't count the Cobra out just yet. After what had to have been the worst month of his professional career, David Villeman looks like he's back on the fast track. Last week at St. Louis, his last 10 laps were arguably as fast as those of Carmichael, but a bad start cost Villeman any chance of challenging Ricky. But here at Pontiac, Villeman looks smooth, he looks confident, he looks like his old self. With a good start, he could get right back in the championship chase. Believe me, there's still some venom left in the Cobra. Art?
Our Suzuki storyline tonight, will RC continue his win streak to 7 consecutive victories? We've got a three-way battle for third place amongst Lusk, Prograf, and Roncada, and a great battle for the top privateer prize of $25,000. It's tied between Boss and Way. David Bailey, what about the speed stick track map?
Right off the bat, these guys got a tight first corner. And I expect to see some guys getting pushed wide right there. This rhythm section right here, we're going to see some interesting lines. There's guys been able to triple twice through there. Of course, the whoop section is always difficult. There it is right there as it leads underneath the tunnel. This is an interesting corner right here. Riders have been having trouble figuring out the best way through. I think the inside over the double so they can triple out has been good. And here's that tough rhythm section right here. You'll see ruts developing in the bottom of those, making that really difficult. And there's that first corner. You see that white banner in the crowd? That's probably to protect people from riders going wide in that first corner.
Our lineup sheet now for our opening qualifying round. David Villeman back at full strength. Ezra Lusk, he's won twice here at 97 and 98. Nathan Ramsey and Ernesto Fonseca, Team Honda. Damon Hoffman, Tim Ferry, Sebastian Waugh, Keith Johnson and Isaiah Johnson, Crine, Mason, Andrich, Kelly, White, Barron, Campbell, Riddle, Metz, Papworth, and Bruzeau. It's Barron who drops his 125 bike to get on a 250 bike, trying to qualify for both a 125 main event and a 250. As we zero in right now on number 12, David Villeman, trying to get back into this points race. Comes in 20 points down, David.
And look how nervous and twitchy he is. Man, that guy's getting himself all fired up. It's like a football player just beating himself in the head. Lusk over a couple of spots from Villeman. Fonseca sandwiched right in between them.
We're almost ready to go for our first qualifier of the 250s from Pontiac. Great start by Fonseca. And going down is Sebastian Waugh in that first corner.
Looked like Fonseca had that whole shot up from our angle, and then Waugh came in there on the outside but could not make that corner. And like I said, a couple guys got pushed wide.
Well, it's Fonseca out in front with Villeman right behind him. Tim Ferry, Ezra Lusk, and then Nathan Ramsey. Watch them all come through the whoop section. Chris Papworth out of the state of Utah. Picking up the rear as we go out in front with number 24. Ernesto Fonseca. Fonseca's had an interesting year, but I really think he's learned an awful lot this year in his first full 250 season as we now go to David Villeman.
He's much better than I thought he would do, getting in the podium a couple of times. And if he's able to hold off Villeman right here, then Ricky will be on the starting line going, man, why couldn't he do that in the main event last week? Just to hold Villeman off in that last lap and a half would have given Ricky a couple more points. See Fonseca, it looks like he's got a great start, but Waugh comes in from the outside, leaves it on a little longer, pays the price. Cannot get that front end to hold in the loose stuff.
Well, you just hope you're not right behind Waugh in a situation like that. Waugh, one of the finest riders ever to come out of Canada.
I think you're going to see Carmichael and all the favorites lining up all the way to the inside. So your finishing position is starting to become even more important in the heat races to get that exact position on the starting line to give yourself a chance for the start.
It looks like Villeman getting a little frisky. He's looking for opportunity, and so is Tim Ferry, number 15 on the four-stroke Yamaha. The two teammates are part of one.
That works out a little bit better for Fonseca because maybe Villeman will be more concerned about Ferry and then Lusk back there. So Carmichael getting ready for the start. He's not even looking. I don't care what these guys do.
Villeman's still in second place. Every time I see that number 15 on the Yamaha, I can't help but think, and this is no disregard to Tim Ferry, I can't help but think, but Doug Henry. And Doug was here on site, went through practice, hurt his knee. He was going to try to make the main. Here's Villeman and Ferry battling for second. Ferry, a great move into second place. There's Lusk in fourth. Look out for him. Villeman slipped wide.
Man, what a heat race. And we showed Carmichael up there in the box getting ready for the start of the next heat. He was a full second faster than all these guys in the practice session.
Holding on out in front, number 24, Team Honda's Ernesto Fonseca out of Costa Rica.
He's doing great so far. If he does have any kind of a flaw, it's that he gets comfortable with one line, even if it's an outside line, leaving himself wide open for a block pass. As long as he's got a little cushion on these guys, he'll be okay. But he just tripled out of that section and gave himself a little breathing room.
Oh, the four-stroke of Ferry really giving him a good push on that initial takeoff.
These guys are eating him up in the whoop section. He goes in there with a gap, and they close it right back up.
One inside, one outside for Yamaha.
Coming out of the tunnel right here yesterday, right there, Fonseca was in front of McGrath and had the weirdest little crash. He swapped sideways, swapped back the other way, actually did a complete 180 and fell off the bike backwards. And at the end of practice, he went into the tough rhythm section at the far end and tripled twice. No one else I saw do that. So he recovered nice from a crash that could have kind of ruined his week a little bit.
Only the top four qualify. Fonseca, Ferry, Villeman, and Lusk in good position with Ramsey on the bubble behind Lusk.
Ferry really starting to let Fonseca know, hey, you go wide there one more time, bud, you're going to give up the lead. He keeps tripling right there, and it saves him a little bit. He needs that cushion before they get to the loop section.
An idea of how high they get on those triples. Amazing.
Villeman getting back around Ferry, and here comes Lusk.
Lusk tailing on the inside just a little bit. Couldn't take advantage of it.
You never know with this sport what you're going to get. You know, we're missing Michael Rocco, we're missing Travis Pastrana, Kevin Windham, and you still get great racing like this.
Fonseca and Ramsey, both in their first year in 250s.
The longer Fonseca can stay in front of these guys, the more confidence he gets.
Villeman on the two-stroke. He looked so smooth in yesterday's practice.
Ernesto doesn't budge, still triples through there. Doesn't get flustered at all with all that pressure. Villeman was all over him down that straightaway, and he just leaned right into him and still tripled through the rhythm section.
Look at this. Lusk is making a move for third on the outside of the whoop section, but can't quite make it go.
Look at Villeman getting real creative, trying to make something happen.
Continues to impress as Villeman now on his outside has to tuck in.
You know, Fonseca's got a huge cheering section down there in the Honda pits, because those guys are like, hey, we didn't expect him to do that well in his first season on 250. You know, it's a bonus if he does this well, but he can really help Carmichael down the stretch, take points away from Villeman.
His shining moment of the season was not only posting his finest finish in a 250, a second in Minnesota, but in that race, he proved how valuable it is to have teammates for Ricky Carmichael. They were able to pick up 5 points on David Villeman because here was Fonseca who got in between the two. Here's Lusk, moves into third.
Now Fonseca's really got to watch himself in the loops this time. Villeman's got a great run at it.
Villeman down the center. Fonseca inside. David Villeman.
Villeman had to just bonsai it through there that time to get the lead.
Lusk is making a play now for second on Fonseca. Lusk is riding on the edge for him, I think.
These guys all are. Any one of them can still win this race. 1 lap to go.
Check out the pass. 1 lap remaining.
Villeman, see the run he got out of that corner? Clear track. He flew through the first 6 or 7 bumps, took the lead right away, and just leaned into the inside.
Boy, Lusk, I noticed that replay really bouncing up and down in the whoop section. Lusk trying to hold on to third in points here in the 250 as the season winds down. Villeman, Fonseca, Lusk, and Ferry with Ramsey on the bubble in the 5th spot.
All these guys within 0.3 of a second, their best lap, 56.3, the best by Villeman, also Lusk.
Great shot at the end of the whoops of that arm action, the piston-like movement that they have to go through in those whoops.
Look at Villeman opened it up. Fonseca did a good job to hang on to second.
And And it's the checkered flag for Villeman.
What a race.
Wow. That's only his second qualifying victory of the year, and it was under immense pressure from Fonseca, Lusk, and Ferry. There they go against the cheers of the Pontiac crowd.
They weren't cheering like that during opening ceremonies, but I think he's got a few fans now.
Yeah, I think so. Great Monty is mechanic walking back as we look at the Honda results page. Villeman, Fonseca, Lusk, and Ferry going to the main event. Ramsey, Johnson, Riddle, Campbell, Huffman. They're going to go on to the semifinal round. Check out this great action in the whoops.
It's time to spring into action at your Honda dealer. Spring into the saddle of selected CRs or XRs and ride off with 6.9% financing and no down payment. And you can also get 6.9% and no down payment on any Honda ATV. Or if you'd rather spring for low monthly payments, they start as low as $69 a month with your Honda car. Spring into action now on dirt bikes and ATVs at your Honda dealer.
Any grill can cook a steak, but can it handle a pancake? The Big Easy can. From Charbroil, keepers of the flame.
Ow! Oh my, I'll save you, I'm coming in. Wow, that's cold, but I can save you in your collect calls. Dial down the center, it's 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you and cheap for them.
Save on every call. Use 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
They tested the Subaru Forester. They tested the Subaru Legacy. Now the Subaru Impreza. It's official. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety has given every Subaru they tested their highest possible rating. So would the world be a safer place if everyone drove an all-wheel drive Subaru? It couldn't hurt. Subaru, that's the beauty of all-wheel drive.
Warning. This movie is so exhilarating, it can only be seen exclusively in IMAX theaters and other large format cinemas.
Yeah, I like that.
ESPN's Ultimate X, rated PG, only in theaters May 10th.
EA Sports Supercross is being brought to you by Suzuki, the reigning AMA 125 Eastern Region Supercross and FIM World 250 Motocross Champion. By EA Sports. If it's in the game, it's in the game. And by Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, and scooters. The skies cleared in the Detroit area for a huge pit party for this terrific crowd here in the Silver Dome as we get set for our second qualifying round of the 250s. Checking out the lineup sheet for our second heat. Carmichael looking for his second consecutive championship. Six-time winner here in this building, Jeremy McGrath. Ron Cotta's won 3 125 races here. He'll have a helmet cam on. Voss and Way, they're tied for top privateer. This year, big money for that honor. And Ryan Clark, again, number 54.
Check out Carmichael. He wheelies off the starting line right there, number 4. McGrath grabs the whole shot. Carmichael spotlighted right here, gets a little squirrely in the first corner. That cost him the heat race win. In the main event, look how aggressive he is. Watch him going for those gears. Whatever it takes to get there first. He decides to play it smart while his teammate Ron Cotta just almost sends McGrath off the track. Carmichael picks up the whole shot. That was that.
Boy, it looked like a little team strategy there for Team Honda at this start. Clearing the way, no?
No, they see McGrath changing his colors.
Before you load on and concentrate on that gate. Let's get thinking about that for the main event.
That was Skip Norfolk, because we have a microphone on Skip, Jeremy McGrath's mechanic, and he likes to calm him down.
Young guys, when the gate drops, it's all you. Hammer, it's all about you tonight.
Yeah, he looked great in practice, but Carmichael gapped everybody by a second. I think the strategy there is just, hey, let me just try to ride within myself, because if I go fast enough, like I can, I know I can pick up at least second if Carmichael's in the lead. Force him to ride a great race. If he does, go shake his hand and say, hey, great ride, but no one's really been pressuring him down the stretch.
That's what Stefan Roncada's looking at as the board goes sideways. We're set to go for our second qualifier. Top 4 qualifier. McGrath, a great start, but Carmichael's inside. Carmichael, Tortelli, McGrath, and Kyle Lewis, number 23.
You see Ricky triple into that corner. He kind of blew the corner and wasn't able to double through that section. Tortelli's all over him. He'll fix that in the laps to come. And McGrath needs to learn that that outside starting position on your competitors is not working anymore. Even if you get there at the same time, they got you. He doesn't fix that for the main event. He just about kissing goodbye because already Carmichael's got about a 2-second lead. Look at that. Half a lap.
Lord, look at that lead. Half
a lap into the race, and that's what you give up by letting the guy on the inside of you get that start.
McGrath moving into second place, and Tortelli, number 13, is now in third, with number 41, Heath Voss, in fourth, trying to get the edge on the way as we ride along with Stefan Roncada. Roncada back in seventh. He's looking up to Nick Way and Clark, the other helmet cam.
Look at the different timing. Up onto that plateau. I don't think it's going to work out the best. Now he's got the inside. I thought Nick Way would get him. Well, Roncada did the smart thing. He just stayed on the inside all the way down and forced Way to the outside. Way last week, I saw him just doubled over in the back of the truck. He was having severe lower back pain. He's doing a lot better this week. He did a lot of TV stuff coming into this race because he's from Michigan.
Roncada picking up well on our other helmet cam, number 54, Clark.
I love this stuff. Look at this finish line jump. Look at the air. Roncada looked like he came up maybe just a little bit short there, but I like this line. Jumps back to the inside, but everyone's starting to figure out that the inside around that right-hand corner is the best.
Here comes Roncada. Oh, and a nice block pass. Clark, they're going at it.
They might have felt it. This is exactly the way Roncada passed Way the lap before. Down the inside.
Clark with increased confidence because of his 125 awareness and good placement. Roncada makes the move on the inside.
Well, obviously that inside is the ticket. That's 2 laps in a row he's been able to make the move.
We were watching from number 54's camera. Clark there looking at Roncada in front. Roncada needs to move up one more spot to catch Privateer Heath Voss.
The last lap, McGrath reeled in Carmichael a little bit, put in a faster lap. That hasn't happened all week.
He's still 4 seconds behind.
Last week it was McGrath who had the lead. And Carmichael reeled him in, and McGrath held him off just barely.
Carmichael looking for his 9th qualifying heat victory in 13 races. He takes it seriously.
Last lap, Carmichael got a little bit of that time back, just a few tenths. At least Jeremy can ride the pace, and he's got him in sight.
He's really picked it up, 2.75. Here they come to the finish line jump. Ricky Carmichael zipping over. Let's check out that start again, David.
You can see Carmichael right there. Jumps out to the lead. Looks like McGrath is going to be right there in second, but Kyle Lewis coming in on McGrath's right. Kind of pinches him off a little bit right there. McGrath kind of gets a little hiccup right there.
That gave the break to Tortelli on the inside.
And really, that's enabled Ricky to be able to have this kind of a lead right now. It's just fluctuated a few tenths back and forth, but Jeremy can't seem to get any closer.
So Roncada has moved up into 4th, passing Heath Voss, number 41. Top 4 positions qualify as we go to his helmet cam.
Check out these whoops. Not quite as difficult as they've been lately. They're a little bit more mellow, more raceable. See the ruts starting to develop through the tunnel right there. Triples out of that section into this big bowl turn. See all those rocks? Those are like baseball size, some of them. They've done all they can do to try to get rid of them, but they keep coming back up.
You want to know what's happening as As it happens, log on to the live call of each Supercross with the webcast. ESPN.com, keyword Supercross.
Now the fastest line is to jump all the way up over that tabletop. And you see he gets back to the inside again and triples into that corner. Beautiful. See if he'll triple those middle three. Yep, he does. So Roncada, now that he's out of traffic, is able to take the fastest line. His last lap, 56.1, same as McGrath in second place. So Roncada has the speed, he just didn't get the start.
Carmichael, McGrath, Tortelli, Roncada, the top four, with Voss in fifth and Way in sixth. Clark in seventh. There's Clark. Look at that handlebar action.
Hey, you got to be precise through that section. Fast and precise. As those ruts start to develop, they get choppy in there, and your back wheel wants to dance out of them.
Our leader up in the upper right, Ricky Carmichael. And Clark is in seventh. We're on board with him. David Villeman
looking up at the big screen.
Yeah.
Oh,
ouch.
That was ugly. I'll tell you, Carmichael is not pretty, you know? At times he is. He can ride pretty.
White flag.
But he's just fast. And he has changed the sport in the last year and a half or two to the point where in order to win, you got to be scared. You got to push it. It's got to be that feeling that a lot of riders don't enjoy. And McGrath, for years, has dominated with flawless style, no mistakes, making good decisions, but that's not good enough anymore.
I would think that would be a much harder on the younger riders coming up, deciding what style is going to take to win. You know, like, do I follow Ricky Carmichael's style, or Chad Reed's kind of in between?
Well, Chad is going to have to step it up if he races against Ricky Carmichael to the point where he's going to be a little bit on the edge. And if he's not, he doesn't have a chance. Carmichael is just put so much pressure on everybody that, you know, you're starting to hear a lot about arm pumps because they're all nervous out there trying to run that pace.
Here comes Ricky. The checkered flag. Waiting for number 4, Ricky Carmichael. McGrath holding on a second. And here in qualifying, very few passes. Once the top 4 or 5 get into position. Here's Roncada, the final qualifier. Here's Clark.
Putting even more emphasis, Art, on the start these days, and it reminds me it's like a scaled-up U.S. Open from Vegas, that kind of short start, quick left, small first corner, and if you're not on the first 5 or 6 gates from the inside, you can forget it.
So Ricky Carmichael hoping for his 7th consecutive victory when we get to the main event. Now we'll go back to the trailer and relax a little bit, taking this qualifier. The Suzuki results page. Carmichael, McGrath, Tortelli, and Roncada to the main event. Nick Way, Voss, Clark, Evans, Pavoni, and others, including Lewis, on their way to the semifinal round. The pit party this afternoon, always fun for the fans. And we will be right back to Pontiac, Michigan, with more action in a moment.
I can't stand looking at that thing.
I think it's cool. It's Suzuki's first sport utility ATV, the all-new Vincent 500 automatic.
Let me tell you, that Vincent's one hard-working...
Hey, keep out
You're
of
not
it.
the boss of me.
I don't
and you know
believe
what?
you
I
till
would
it's like
appreciate...
It's got style and a ton of great features.
Will you shut up?
Or you'll do what? Stare him to death?
Now choose reduced financing like 2.95% APR or up to $400 in free accessories.
Can I drive?
No.
Let me drive.
Wait.
Let me drive?
No.
This weekend, Saturday at 7, it's an NHL Conference quarterfinal matchup when the Senators take on the Atlantic Division champions, the Flyers. Also at 7 on the Deuce, it's continuing coverage of the 2002 NFL Draft, hosted by Chris Berman. Then on Sunday Night Baseball at 8, Troy Gloss and the Angels face David Justice and the A's. Later on ESPN Classic at 9, Charlie Sheen and Wesley Snipes star in a real classic, Major League.
Just a bit outside.
This weekend on ESPN.
What's up, Mr. Foster?
I go in for a PC, I come out with a migraine. You ask for this, all they have is that. Makes your head spin.
Well, your computer quandary is easily solved by the folks at Dell. Just call or go online. They'll help you figure it out, so you know what you're getting and what you're getting it for.
So none of this?
Nope, just the perfect PC for you at the right price for you.
Oh, I'm feeling better already.
Good.
Steven, isn't this your father's car?
No.
Right now, a complete Dimension desktop with an Intel Pentium 4 processor delivering performance where you need it most is just $699. And why wait? Because for a limited time, you can get a free memory upgrade. There's great deals on notebooks, too.
You're gonna say it, aren't you?
Oh, he knows.
Easy to buy, easy to own, easy as Dell. Dell PCs use Intel Pentium 4 processors.
Last week, action from St. Louis from the helmet cams of Tyler Evans and Ryan Clark. Hold on. Coming up on May 4th from Las Vegas, the final round. It's pay-per-view, live and direct from Las Vegas, with the real focus on the 125 East-West shootout between Stewart and Reed from the two different divisions. You'll see every race, including semis and LCQs and the KTM Junior race as well. After the qualifying heats here in Pontiac, it was rather apparent, David Bailey, that after the field was defined almost out of the first turn, that there was very little passing.
Well, everyone is riding so precise now, and I thought this track was going to produce some passing, but everyone's taking pretty much the same fast line. Carmichael getting out of the gate, pulling away. McGrath, he fluctuated the lead back and forth a little bit, and couldn't gain anything. So what's going to happen is the start is pretty much 90% of this main event. The only guy other than Carmichael that has proven he can come through the pack is David Villeman, but he was 9 seconds slower than Carmichael's team. So it looks like Carmichael can keep his streak alive here.
Right after Carmichael got off his bike during that heat race, our Davey Coombs talked with him.
Ricky, as far as the heat race goes, perfect start, great laps, 9 seconds faster than Villeman's win.
It feels good, Davey. David got caught up behind a couple riders, and sure you would have clicked off a couple better lap times, but that's the way it goes, and starts everything tonight. This start's really, really short, so bad things can happen in the first time. We'll try to avoid it.
Good luck in the main.
Thanks a lot.
Our Rider of the Week from EA Sports is a collective group, a group that is and has been the grassroots of this sport. They are the Privateers, and 3 of them visited with our Jeff Emmy.
Privateer is a guy who is backed by a few good sponsors who are willing to pay for the expenses and such for your mechanic and get your bike to the races.
The Privateers out there doing it on heart, and maybe their bikes aren't perfect every weekend, and maybe, they're running on borrowed parts or whatever. But, they're out there trying their best, and their ultimate goal is to be the one that is out of that factory semi.
Last year, it was pretty much me and my mechanic on our own doing whatever it took to get to the races. We organized ourselves, and between the 2 of us and about 30 other sponsors, we made it happen.
You can make a decent living. You can't rely on this sport at this point unless you're a factory rider making, 6 digits.
There's really good money, and so if all of your expenses are covered, you can make a pretty good living.
This is what I live for, is to race motorcycles, and I want to try to better myself. I want to come here and do the best I can against these factory guys so I can get the help that I need to win races.
I don't feel like my equipment is terrible by any stretch of the imagination. My stuff's very good. Until I get that chance to be on that ultimate equipment, that top-of-the-line factory stuff, I'm not going to give up. No, I definitely feel like I should have some of those guys' jobs.
I don't have the latest technology that Yamaha can offer, but I do have a damn good bike in a production Yamaha.
What's the biggest piece of advice you can give to an upcoming privateer?
Just work, and sooner or later you'll get it.
If I knew then what I know now about how much effort, how much time, how much actual riding, running, endurance work you need to put in before you get to this level, it makes a world of difference between finishing top 10 and, you know, finishing 18th in the main event.
With literally thousands of dollars on the line at the season's end, look how close the privateer points are. Voss and Way are tied. Lewis and Waugh still battling for that third spot, and Keith Johnson rounding out the top 5. Our Honda flashback. On the flashback, Ricky Carmichael's wild Gopher Broke style. Stay with us. Main event just around the corner.
It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time is tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time is tricky. Buddha bing. Tricky.
EA Sports.
Rated E for everyone.
Are you tough enough to drive a Tacoma?
Nature made it. Minwax makes it beautiful with rich wood stains and long-lasting protective finishes. Turning a house into a beautiful home is as easy as turning to Minwax.
Mom, I'm dyeing my hair pink.
What?
If I don't dye my hair pink, I'll be the only girl in school.
Wendy's 99-cent all-white meat crispy chicken nuggets. When something tastes this good, who can argue? Well, your grandmother has blue hair. Wendy's, it's better here.
Tonight, quarterfinal action of the Stanley Cup playoffs continues. Daniel Alfredson and the Senators look to even the series against Jeremy Roenick and the Flyers in Game 2. 7 p.m. tonight on ESPN.
EA Sports Supercross Finals. The most competitive riders are back in Vegas for the championships. Saturday, May 4th. Live on pay-per-view. Contact your local cable or satellite provider now.
We're back at Pontiac, Michigan for the 250 main, round 13 of EA Sports Supercross. The fans have had a great time out of the parking lot tailgating, and inside the stadium, they're ready for action right now. And you can watch round 14 action from Dallas on ABC Sports tomorrow. Join Terry Gannon, David Bailey, Davey Combs at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific for the return of Travis Pastrana and that 125 West Championship run. Those that qualified for the 250 main here in Pontiac out of the semis: Waugh, Huffman, Johnson, Riddle, and Klein. And then out of the second semifinal round, Nicholas Way, Kyle Lewis, Evans, Clark, and Pavone. Our Nissan last chance qualifier, Nathan Ramsey and Heath Voss. They made the 20-rider gate. Checking out the Suzuki starting lineup. 20 riders for 20 laps of action. Carmichael, Villeman, Bud Lights, McGrath, Fonseca, and Tortelli off of Team Honda. Lusk and Ron Cotta off of Team Chevy Trucks, Kawasaki, and the rest of the crew, including Ferry, Way, Waugh, Lewis, Huffman, Evans, Johnson, Clark, Riddle. The 30-second board is up. We're ready to go.
There you can see Carmichael right there. McGrath just to his right. Villeman right here next to Ron Cotta. Those first 5 gates, I have a feeling, are going to be the ones that come out of the corner first.
And Ricky Carmichael making 7 in a row. We're off and running. Looked like Kyle Lewis might have got the Powerade hole shot. It was very, very close. Boy, he was very close with Fonseca, who now has the lead, number 24. Ron Cotta's coming in with Ramsey right in front of him. So as we straighten things out, Tortelli now has moved into second.
5 Hondas out front. They got to be loving this.
Fonseca, Tortelli, Carmichael, Kyle Lewis, and then Ezra Lusk, and then another Honda. Nathan Ramsey.
And unbelievable. Carmichael already into second place. There's Villeman just ahead of us.
Ryan Clark, helmet cam. There's Ricky Carmichael. Carmichael in second place now behind Fonseca. Lewis was credited with third after the opening.
Ricky putting so much pressure on Fonseca. Here he goes.
Here comes Carmichael. Look out, if he gets the lead, he'll just take away on this train.
Yeah, he gets a better timing through here, I believe. Nope, Fonseca holds on. I don't think Fonseca and Ramsey and the other Honda guys are really racing like, hey, I want to win. I think they're all riding for the betterment of Ricky Carmichael in this series. So I'd be surprised if Fonseca held on this entire way, even though he can. He was very impressive yesterday in practice and again in his heat race.
McGrath is up to 7th. Villeman is in 8th, and Roncada in 9th with Ferry in 10th. That's the current count as Fonseca holds on to the lead over the finish line jump. Carmichael's right there.
Boy, Villeman's got to be hating it. Clear back in 9th, 8th, something like that. He's got just about every factory Honda rider. Oh, Ricky! That is a tricky section, and I was going, he was hitting it so fast that his rear wheel didn't touch the top and throw it back level.
Oh, Villeman went by, gave a quick look, and then poured it on. There's Chad Watts. Ricky Carmichael's mechanic. He's up and running once again.
Ricky's fortunate he didn't wreck an ankle or something, having to run 40 miles an hour.
Lusk now in third on the replay. Check it out.
Watch Ricky when he goes up this whooped out double. The rear wheel doesn't touch the top. Loops him out. And if that kid wasn't as solid as a rock with one of the most impressive training programs in the sport, I don't think he could walk away from that and get back in this battle as aggressive as he has.
He's in 19th, moving to 18th right now.
Bam, a head plant. Knocks the visor off, so he's going to look like a snail the rest of this race. Probably going to reach up, try to tear that off.
And Villeman crack into his 20-point lead.
He can't get that visor loose because it's screwed into the side of the helmet. I don't think that ain't distracting him. This kid's tough, though.
Anything can happen in Supercross, no matter how dominating a rider can be, and that was just proved when Ricky Carmichael hit the deck. Fonseca and Tortelli now are starting to pull a little lead on Ezra Lusk in third.
Any one of these first 6 guys, Art, can win this race. It's Villeman in 6th. McGrath is there. Lusk is there. Ramsey. The weak guy in this group, I think, will be Tortelli, only because he's missed so many races. But everybody else here can win this thing.
Tortelli's missed 8 races because of injury. Doesn't Villeman have to make a move pretty soon, though, before Carmichael starts coming back?
He's going as fast as he can. These guys are running a ridiculous pace right now. They've dropped Ferry and Roncada.
Tortelli, 58.3 in the last lap. Lusk, 58.4. Ramsey, 57.9. McGrath, 57.9. And Villeman, a 57.6.
Yeah, these guys they're pushing it hard. Lusk tripling into the corner.
Lusk in third. Now he's in 4th.
Now he ruined Jeremy's momentum, and here comes Villeman, it looks like.
Villeman makes the pass on McGrath. He's in that far corner of your screen, now moving in.
Lusk had a good idea tripling into that corner, but he couldn't do anything about it with Tortelli in the way.
Tortelli on the inside, and Lusk trying to make a move now on Ramsey with Villeman right behind him. Villeman desperately trying to get up front. If he's ever going to win one, it would be a timely win tonight. And getting back into this points race, McGrath is behind Villeman. There you see number 11, Lusk, and he is in 4th. Ramsey moving around him.
Ezra's looking good.
Carmichael's in 13th.
Ezra and Villeman are the fastest riders of this group. They're the ones making things happen, passing, able to try different lines and still close the gap.
Boy, it looks like a tight freight. Oh, Sebastian Tortelli moved in front. And Villeman got through and is in 4th with Ramsey in front.
What a race. think that we'd have a yawner here with missing so many of the top riders, but you could throw a blanket over the first 6.
Check it out again. There's Tortelli going.
And Ramsey went down and held up McGrath. And watch Tortelli. He must have landed on with his foot on the brake or something. He just made a left.
It was good that Villeman was back far enough to be able to react to it. But with Ramsey going down now as well, Fonseca less Villeman.
Ezra can smell a wind. He can smell it. You know, I was talking with George Ellis. He drives the Kawasaki semi just before the main. I go, hey, is Ezra ready to win one of these babies? There's Ron Cotta checking out Nathan Ramsey, who just went down after the whoops. And George goes, well, I don't think he can beat Ricky Carmichael. I don't think he believes he can beat Ricky Carmichael. We're hoping he can, but with Carmichael out of the picture, Lusk has to believe that he can get around Fonseca. For the
Lusk
win.
is one of only 4 factory riders to make the gate in every race this year. That's a tremendous compliment to him. The lead is being challenged. Lusk gets tied up a little bit, but Fonseca, oh, Villeman goes down. Tim Ferry cuts through. Here comes Ramsey.
And McGrath was able to slide back around Ron Cotta and get up on the rear wheel of Villeman.
So it changes the complexion of the race just like that. Check it out again. Villeman going down.
Now Lusk tried to get in there and make contact, and then Villeman came in and was like, well, I don't want to plow Ezra. I thought I had to run at him, but it's not going to work. He laid it over and went down himself. And when he was getting going, the next guys through there were, after Ramsey, were Ron Cotta and McGrath. McGrath snuck in for another pass.
Pavoni fans, your riders off the track. Right now, it's Fonseca and Lusk battling it out with Ferry in third. Lusk, number 11, against Fonseca, number 24. We got a real battle. You're absolutely correct, David. You can smell victory. Lusk has won 11 of these races before. Whoa, fishtail.
And Ezra is not afraid to get in there and bump somebody. And that's what it might come down to. And now Ezra doesn't have to worry about Villeman on his tail. I talked about Villeman and Ezra. They're the fastest 2 guys with the most tricks on this racetrack to get around somebody. And he doesn't have to deal with Villeman anymore. So he can be a little bit more patient unless Ferry starts breathing down his neck. So far he hasn't.
So Villeman likely has given up some points.
Now here's a line that Ezra has. It's going to go to the inside this time, though. If he'd have stayed wide, he could triple into this corner.
Here comes Lusk. Shows him a wheel. Looks like Fonseca's tired. Lusk goes for the triple. Lusk comes in front of Fonseca. Fonseca comes right back and forth we go with Pontiac. Oh my goodness, what a ride. The Ferry holding on close at third. Let's go to Davey Combs. Davey, can you hear us?
To believe this, but the fastest rider on the track right now is number 4. I just watched Chad Watts' pit board. Carmichael has worked his way up to about 8th spot, is riding a 1.5 seconds faster than Fonseca and Lusk right now. Don't count Carmichael out of this race.
He's right behind Ron Cotta, who's got our helmet cam.
There's plenty of time left. Ricky is actually catching everybody out front.
Lusk, number 11 in the Kawasaki. Here comes Ferry, number 15, and the 4-stroke Yamaha. He moves into second. Doesn't quite have the edge for the block pass on Lusk. What great racing from Pontiac. Lusk, Ferry, his best. He equaled his best this year with a 2nd place.
Oh, Davey, good call on Carmichael. I lost sight of what he was doing. Taking a look at all his action up front, but Carmichael is catching everybody. There he is in the corner before the whoops.
Lusk having trouble. Ferry takes over the lead. Back and front. I'm telling you, this has been the greatest race of the year.
It's going to get better. Carmichael is catching everybody. And there's plenty of time.
Oh, what a battle. Will it be this way when we come back? Pontiac, Silverdome, nothing but action.
Introducing the tough new crew cab long bed.
It's the next frontier.
Hey! Hey!
Is it hot out here or is it just you? Need some help?
No.
I can't help you save and collect calls, though. Just dial in the center at 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you and cheap for them. All right. Will you try this on?
Save on every call. Use 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Any grill can cook a steak, but can it handle a pancake? The Big Easy can. From Charbroil, keepers of the flame.
Got a research assignment. 10 pages on a historical innovator.
Well, who'd you pick?
Gotta experience the man, the results of his work.
Who'd you pick?
See, the problem with your basic historical innovator is, well, most of them are historical.
Sam, who'd you pick?
Walt Disney?
Come share the excitement at our year-long celebration of Walt Disney's 100th birthday.
We need to experience Walt's vision on Space Mountain.
Again?
Make plans at DisneyWorld.com.
It's research.
Welcome back for the most phenomenal 250 main event we've had all season long. Tim Ferry, number 15, is our leader with Luskin second. It's Ramsey in third, Fonseca in fourth, McGrath. He's passing Ramsey in the ropes with David Villeman and Carmichael right there.
Carmichael can still win this race, Art. That is just unbelievable. He's right behind Villeman.
Carmichael went down. Villeman got a break. He was in third. He went down. Carmichael comes back. We've had all kinds of different leaders. Ferry is the current leader. He has never won a 250 race in Supercross.
Here's the battle for the points lead of the series. Villeman holding down second. He has not missed the podium in every race he's entered this year.
Here comes Carmichael. He's close. McGrath is right in front, number 2 of David Villeman. Here comes Carmichael making the pass onto the line.
I don't believe this kid, Art. I've seen a lot, but I've not seen.
Oh, Les goes flying.
All these guys passed Carmichael when he was running after the bike in third gear. Figured that's that. What's that do to your spirits when you see this kid come back around you?
Now he's got Fonseca in front of number 24. Check out Ezra Lusk. Number 11, left side of your screen. Just lost it in the whoops.
Focus. I think his focus was gone. He thought he had this thing in the bag, and everything changed. Ferry was getting away from him, and he blew it.
So Ricky Carmichael now.
Look at that. Oh.
Oh, my goodness. Behind the stopwatch. The difference this lap and the last lap.
Carmichael is taking every chance he can take. He's tripling everywhere where nobody else can in the ruts. Pfizer is in his face, and he's still the fastest rider on the track.
Check out the leaderboard now. Ryan Clark's helmet cam, Jim Ferry, Ramsey, McGrath, Carmichael, and Fonseca are top 5. But Carmichael is on the move. Division of Roncada.
What is the scent of an avalanche? Smell this.
Avalanche, a refreshing new scent from Speed Stick.
Cool.
Inspired by the power of nature. Protection that smells good.
How does lightning smell? Smell this.
Lightning, an intense new scent from Speed Stick.
Nice.
Inspired by the power of nature. Protection that smells good.
Go deep with the NFL Draft on ESPN. Log on to make your own predictions. Coverage continues tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Sunday Night Baseball. California rivals collide when the Angels battle David Justice and a dangerous A's team. Sunday Night Baseball presented by Nextel. Angels A's.
At Joe's Crab Shack, we've gone crab crazy. Hey, Joe!
Run into Joe's Crab Shack for our awesome mouth-watering snow crab dinner for only $9.99. That's right, a pound of hot steaming snow crab with sides, all for just $9.99. Get them any way you like them, barbecue, garlic, or steamed. A full pound. Ooh-wee! It's good stuff. So what are you waiting for? Get to Joe's Crab Shack now for a pound of snow crab for just $9.99.
You gotta go eat at Joe's.
Hi, honey, it's me. Listen, I tried to catch you at work. When you go home for lunch, don't sit on the patio furniture. I had it painted.
Get the message? Get a pager. It's the perfect Mother's Day present. Page Time from Adelphia.
Hope you like the color. They tell me it should last for years.
And your hair back.
We're back in Pontiac. Our leader is Ferry. Ramsey's in second. But look at this battle for third with McGrath number 2 and number 4, Ricky Carmichael. Time is running out for Carmichael. And look at that! Ricky Carmichael taking it to the chance by the bar. They look at each other. Carmichael moves on McGrath into third.
And Ferry went down. That's the leader. Carmichael can win the race. He's got to get around his teammate Ramsey.
3 laps to go, and Ferry goes down.
Ferry was riding beautiful. He was actually starting to pull away, turning 57s while everyone else is on 58s. Now Ramsey has a chance to win his first 250 main.
Nathan Ramsey inherits that lead. Pontiac's led, Lusk is led, Ferry is led. Ramsey now becomes our 4th leader.
Jeremy had just gotten bumped from the podium. Watch Carmichael down this straightaway right here. He didn't do it that time. He's been tripling into that corner. And he'll triple right here. Didn't get the timing right, but it worked last time to make the pass on Jeremy. And with Ferry going down, Jeremy still got a podium. Hard to believe he's only had 2 this year.
Number 25 is our leader, Nathan Ramsey. Here's Carmichael. Check out Ferry's crash.
Looking good on the way in. He gets sideways on one of those ruts off the track and just tips over. That was just plain laughing, just tip over. Right? He's going to kick himself after this. Could have had this thing. He had it in the bag. It looked like he was pulling away, Art.
He had 5 laps led coming into this race. 1 at Daytona and 4 in New Orleans. Took a second at Daytona. Probably doubled that total of laps led, but then went down. Now Ramsey 57.9 to 57.8 for Carmichael.
Jeremy's doing a good job to try to stay in contact with Ricky. Putting himself in position, forcing Ricky to ride on the edge the way he's been riding this whole time, and maybe that's going to take its toll on him eventually. Might go down again. He's got to try. This is the latest in the race. I've seen Jeremy really trying.
Here's Ricky's wreck from the beginning of the race.
And Carmichael is going so fast that he's riding in a rhythm that the track will not allow. And right there, he went up that whooped out double so fast, the rear wheel didn't make contact. He needed it to, obviously.
We're on the final lap, David. Can Ramsey hold on for his very first 250 victory, holding off the defending champion?
He triples, if he can triple this section here. And he does.
Oh, it's getting close. Ramsey won the 125 race here last year. One of his 8 supposed career wins. But can he hold off Ricky Carmichael into the whoops? The pressure's on. These two battled it out early in the race this year. But then it was so early that Ramsey was letting Carmichael, I think, have the advantage as teammates. Now, he's on the verge of winning his very first 250 race. Nathan Ramsey! The first-time winner this season. In fact, he's the first-time 250 winner since Ricky Carmichael back at Daytona 3 seasons ago. What a great race. A first-time winner.
There's never been a better time to hit the trails because it's Suzuki Fest time. Let us reward you when you buy a new Suzuki Quadrunner ATV. Suzuki Fest rewards as low as 2.95% APR financing available on selected Quadrunner models, like the Vincent 500 and so many more at great rates too. Or how about up to $400 in your choice of free accessories? Virtually anything you want. Our deals have never been this good, but you have to get down to Suzuki Fest soon. Then go hit the trails.
I'm gonna be late for my own wedding.
No worries. My Subaru Outback's more stable in a turn than a Lexus RX 300. Gets better gas mileage than a Ford Explorer. And like every Subaru, has the added traction of all-wheel drive.
Subaru Outback, the world's first sport utility wagon.
The rugged outdoorsy type. Nice choice.
See your local Subaru dealer for information on financing as low as 1.9% APR.
Mom, I'm dyeing my hair pink.
What?
If I don't dye my hair pink, I'll be the only girl in school.
Wendy's 99-cent all-white meat crispy chicken nuggets. When something tastes this good, who can argue?
Well, your grandmother has blue hair.
Wendy's, it's better here.
Using the wrong waterproofer can cost you thousands. Don't be taken for a ride. Demand Thompson's Water Seal. It has the highest level of water protection. Guaranteed. Powerful original. New advanced Thompson's Water Seal.
MLS Soccer Saturday. The New England Revolution takes on McBride and the Columbus Crew. MLS Soccer Saturday on ESPN2. Today, 4 Eastern.
Tonight's EA Sports Supercross has been brought to you by Suzuki, the reigning AMA 125 Eastern Region Supercross and FIM World 250 Motocross Champion. By Speed Stick Power of Nature, for protection that smells good. And by Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, and scooters. An amazing race. Honda's result page looks like this. Nathan Ramsey mathematically eliminated from the championship last week. It's his first 250 win. RC, an incredible comeback from 17th. And McGrath, his second podium of the year. Let's go to Davey.
Well, Nathan, this is it. This is what you wait your whole life for, man. You just held on to win an instant classic Supercross race.
Man, I can't even explain how I feel right now. You know, my 450 got me to a good start. I went to the last chance. I was way out here, and I was like, you know, this is one time to put that power to use. So I tried to, and I came out pretty good, and it was just a lot of things happening. You know, Ricky went down, and as soon as he went down, I think everybody kind of went like, uh-oh, here we go. We got to try to win this, you know. So I just tried to ride really consistent, and everybody kept bobbling, and, you know, I mean, might not have been the fastest guy, but I definitely put some consistent laps in.
On the Honda points page now, RC adds to his advantage. McGrath moves into third in points, and Way takes the privateer lead over Voss. Back to Davey with RC.
Ricky, big crash. You break your visor, no front brake, bars bent back. I have never seen someone work that hard in a Supercross race.
Thanks a lot, Davey. Man, you know, the whole time I'm just thinking, man, I'm giving up so many points now. This is not going to be any fun. And I didn't have a good feeling tonight for some reason, man. And sure enough, I got a bad start in the main, and but that was a fun ride. You know, you need to have rides like that to show that I can come from behind just for myself. You know, I always get good starts and kind of get out there in front and never have to work for it. But tonight, I worked my butt off for it.
Whoa, the most unpredictable, incredible race in my recent memory. Our next telecast, Dallas, Texas Stadium. And we'll get back to the 125 West and crew. Art Ekman, David Bailey, Davey Coombs. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more information, log on to ESPN.com. This is the newly crowned 125E Supercross champion. Chad Reed won that title last week, but tonight from Pontiac, Michigan, Reed continues on another quest. That one to win all 7 races in the 2002 regular season. I'm Art Ekman from the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. Welcome to the final round of the 125E Supercross season. It's EA Sports Supercross presented by Speed Stick. Already clinching the title last week in St. Louis as we take